It happened, Dolphins fans. We talked about it. Other podcasts, other YouTubes, other mainstream media have talked about it. As you can see below, DeVante Parker was traded to the Patriots, and I know that's going to be the common reaction to Dolphins fans right away. It's no NFL team does this. No one trades in division like this. Why are you giving a capable, a pretty solid producing wide receiver when healthy to a division rival? And I get that. I hate the idea of playing him twice a year. And I should say, going back to when he was drafted, there was no one I wanted more with that first round pick than DeVante Parker. I've always been a huge supporter of him. However, I've talked about this in a few previous videos. It's time to move on with the emergence of Jalen Waddle, with trading with Tyreek Hill, with bringing in Cedric Wilson, re-signing Preston Williams, getting Mike Gesicki back on the franchise tag. DeVante Parker just didn't have a place here anymore. So we got to put aside who he's going to, and also keep in mind that he's 29 years old right now, and his entire NFL career, he's never played a full NFL season. There's a decent chance when by the time Miami plays him, he's on IR or he's missing a week here or there. That just happens to be how he's kind of fit in the league so far. So let's look at that compensation. Parker and a 22 fifth rounder to New England in exchange for their 23 third rounder. So I think at this point in time, Miami has like 4, maybe 5 draft picks left in the 2022 NFL draft. I'd have to go back and double check, but it's not more than 5. I know that. But not only are you adding a 23 third, you are saving $5.65 million this year and $5.7 million next year. And I know those figures aren't huge for a wide receiver, especially the one of Parker's ability when healthy. But keep in mind what the Dolphins have just been doing. 2 weeks ago, they made Tyreek Hill. They gave him the most guaranteed money for a wide receiver in NFL history. What'd they do yesterday? Oh, yeah, last night. They gave Xavier Howard the most guaranteed money for a cornerback in NFL history. Cuts have to be made. Trades have to be made. The math has to work out. But at this point in time, he just doesn't have that fit. They re-signed Preston Williams, who's a big body receiver, and he's no guarantee to make the team either. But they got him as the big body guy. Gesicki signs the franchise tag. They got him as the big body guy. So there are options. There are people that can fill that role. But let's look at what this provides, though, the Dolphins, because you're getting another third rounder in the 23 draft, which means you now have 5 picks in the first 3 rounds of that draft. You've got 2 first, a second, and 2 thirds. So what that means to me, and probably some other people out there as well that kind of look towards the future, those picks are an insurance policy. And I've said it multiple times. I am a Tua supporter. I have been going from his days to Bama since he was drafted by the Dolphins. I wanted them to draft Tua Tagovailoa. However, if he does not live up to the front office, to the coach's expectations this year, after they surrounded him with all of these playmakers and they are just going all in with him, this is the insurance policy. It gives you that ability to trade up and get one of the top quarterbacks if you want to make that move. It gives you the opportunity to package those picks together and get a proven veteran. So all these picks right now, it's kind of an insurance policy. And let's say Tua hits. Let's say they make a nice run into the playoffs and he's the guy moving forward. He proves that this year. You just have a luxury of picks where you can still do the same thing, but at other positions. So I love the idea that we've kind of kicked the draft capital down the road an extra year, for lack of a better term, just having less picks in 22 now compared to 23. But that's an insurance policy at this point in time. But let's take a quick glance at the team's wide receivers now without Parker. Obviously, you've got Tyreek, you got Jalen Waddle, you've got Ced Wilson. Those are probably your core 3. Those are the ones that were guaranteed to make the team, going to be weekly contributors. And then from then on, you've got your Preston Williams, your Lynn Bowdens, your Trent Sherfields, your Isaiah Fords. You have a lot of guys that have question marks. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Miami maybe target a wide receiver in the draft at some point in those middle rounds. So what that's telling me is I need to do a little bit more research. I got to do a little bit more research on some of the mid-round wide receivers in this draft so I can put a couple more videos together and preview some players that we might have our eye on. But that's what we've got. DeVante Parker no longer with Miami. Appreciate all of his time when he was able to be on the field. He was a great player. Never lived up to the draft capital, but man, when he was healthy, he changed the offense. The offense was better when he was on the field. But He's now a Patriot. We get to face him twice a year, and hopefully Xavier Howard and Byron Jones can just limit his ability to beat us. But that's what I've got for today, Dolphins fans. Until next time, peace out.